Straight Talk with your host Reggie B. Come on, let's all join in. Free your voice, it's your choice, alright here. Oh, simply straight talk.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, look who decided to answer the phone. Where have you been?
I'm home. I just needed some time to clear my head and just try to get all my thoughts together.
Okay, so you can't let somebody know you're okay or answer the door when I knock? What's going on with you?
I'm just tired of fighting. It's like I'm fighting on the job with people who talk about you and don't even know you. I'm fighting with a manager who just dislikes people because they're not part of his little clique. You know, it's like I feel like every day I'm having to defend or fight to hold on to something. And it's like this world has got to give me a break at some point.
Listen, I know people can hate on someone for no reason, and it gets tough, especially when you're trying to maintain peace in your life. But like you always tell me, be strong and trust in God.
Yeah, you're right. You always know how to uplift a brother.
Well, a brother needs to stop being so stubborn and trust his friend.
I hear you. You know what? I really appreciate the love.
No problem. Now let's go something to eat. And don't you ever ignore my phone calls again. What do you think you are? Got me over here worrying. Bye.
Welcome to Simply Straight Talk with your host, Reggie Maddox. So don't get scared. You know we all about that real talk on the Simply Straight Talk show.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Simply Straight Talk show. This is your host, Reggie. What's up, everybody? Listen, let me start off the show by telling everybody thank you for all the love and support. Man, the show is growing. I'm talking about we in places and countries that I just did not imagine people would be listening to the show. But I definitely want to say thank you. I want to send a shout out to everybody, man. I really appreciate the love and support. And I really hope that as it continues to grow, that I'm going to do my best to give you the best conversation, best quality content. And as always, you know, in the Simply Straight Talk show, man, it's all about keeping it real. Real conversation, exactly as it is. We may agree or we may disagree. But the point is, at least we got the discussion on the table so we can hear both sides, so you can hear a point of view. And I'm open to hear everybody else's point of view. So don't forget, at the end of the show, during the show, hey, drop a comment down below, subscribe, like, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think of the topic. Do you agree with me? You think I'm off? I'm on? What's up? Talk to me. Now, let's get into today's topic. Today, we're talking about I'm tired of fighting. Now, I know for some people who go through this daily, you reach a point in your life, man, when you just really like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the nonsense. You want to focus on some things in your life that's going to elevate you to another level. But sometimes things happen, man. Sometimes you get distracted, and it's not intentionally. It's the little whispers coming out of the corner that begin to get into your ear. And first you try to ignore it, like, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm trying to focus on my education. I'm trying to focus on starting my business. You know what? I'm just trying to focus on my peace, trying to focus on living my life and being happy. But them little negative voices, man, keep popping off over there in the corner, trying to make you to come out of pocket. And you really trying to ignore it now. So when we talk about people who are tired of fighting, this is a real discussion and it's a real topic. Now, a lot of people contribute that when a person says, I'm tired of fighting, they automatically want to assume that it's a mental illness that the person is dealing with, or that it's depression. Now, this is just me. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. But in my personal opinion, man, I think a lot of people are labeled with depression, and which in some cases, yes, I think it is depression. But I think sometimes the stuff they're dealing with builds up to that. And all of a sudden they throw them on medication. But that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, the thing about it is this. When you're trying to focus on your life, when you're trying to maneuver yourself to where you're going to go out and get that dream job, start that big business, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do the things you want to do. Maybe you want to be active in your community. Maybe you want to be a youth coach, a team leader, a mentor in the neighborhood. You want to do something positive. You want to change your life. So you're focusing. And like I said, all the little negative voices start creeping out the corner. Because some of the things we have to deal with in life is the little nonsense things that pop up. And when I say the little nonsense things, because you got two types of wars. You got the fights that you got to fight in which you're fighting for something that's going to make a difference. It might make a difference for you in your life. It might make a difference for a group of people or a community, but you're fighting for something that's going to have a productive end, something that's going to elevate you, the people around you. It's something that's going to be beneficial as a whole. But then when you starting to have to get sidetracked because now you got to tackle this person on your job. You know, they don't know you, barely talk to you, but for some reason they don't like you. You know, it might be another dude going around trying to badmouth you and get you in trouble because, you know, you're talking to another female employee that is not even a relationship. Y'all just seem to have, y'all might come from the same city. He see it and automatically now he don't like you. He trying to make you look bad. So now you're trying to focus on your job, but now you got to deal with this. So now, instead of focusing on what your goal was, which was getting that promotion, working on projects, you know, elevating yourself within your career, you're now having to sort of turn your attention to this person over here who's mouthing off to the side because little words and stuff is getting back to you. And all of a sudden you get mean looks or attitudes or, you know, even if you try to say something to the person, you know, he comes off to you all crazy and stuff. So now you're kind of like, okay, I don't understand what this is all about. And your initial reaction may be like, you know what? I ain't got time for this. Let this be. But you got some people who want that fight. And they're going to keep pushing you to get that fight. So now, instead of you focusing on what's important, you're now having to maneuver your resources and artillery to fight this stupid battle that makes no sense. You don't even know why you're fighting the battle, but you're having to fight it because the person has elevated the fight to where the managers, the supervisors, your coworkers are now starting to get a negative picture of you that's not true. But because this person has painted this picture, you're now having to go into defense mode and fight this battle, which is causing you to kind of take away from the real thing you want to be working on. And it happens every day that we are fighting battles that really build us up to the point in life to where it's like, I'm tired of fighting, man. I'm tired of dealing with this. You know, because people are fighting every day. And the biggest fights, man, are sometimes the most stupidest fights. Like I said, you got people who don't like you for no reason. You got neighbors in your own community who they live in their house, you live in your house, but for some reason, they seem to want to be in your business. They seem to want to stir up issues and troubles with you in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? You got family members that like to stir stuff up and it causes nonsense battles. You know what I'm saying? You always got some type of fight that you're going to have to fight on the job, in the neighborhood, with family, with friends, and sometimes it's in your relationship. You know, you might be in a relationship and wonder like, man, why are we arguing about some of the most petty things? And you're having to constantly fight these nonsense battles. It builds up in you because you're going to get to the point to where you're trying to manage your financial situations. So you're having to fight to get a raise on the job. You're having to fight with with utility companies and mortgage companies to make your money stretch and trying to make sure you can pay this and pay that. You know, you're trying to please the woman you with. You know, she might be pulling from you. So you're dealing with all these issues. Then you might be dealing with medical issues and people needing you, people demanding from you. And the whole time you're having to fight. You're fighting, like I said, the main thing is you're fighting for your peace, but more so, you're fighting to have control over your life. You're fighting to keep your life on a train track that leads to the destination you want with the minimum amount of stops that's necessary. And each time you stop, you don't want to take no drama down the line. But sometimes when we on that train track of life, man, every time you stop, it's like, where did you get on my train at? Why are you on my train? Why are you even involved in my life? I don't even know you. But these are the things we deal with in life, that constantly we're engaged in some type of fight that makes a person gets to the point in life to where they actually say, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of fighting every day. I'm tired of having to fight people who I don't even know, people who barely know me, people who in a whole month I might speak to 1 minute out of 30 days. There might be a 1 minute conversation the entire 30 days. Why am I fighting you? You know, Ludacris had a great song, man. It was a good song, but it was the ATL Stomp song. It was that time when they had that little thing going between him and T.I. And Ludacris in his lyrics said, nobody's thinking about you and your beef is not legit. And sometimes, man, that's the issue we have. We got people who are focusing more on us and we're not paying them any attention. We don't care what they're doing. We don't care about anything they're saying, anything they're talking about, what they got going on. You know, if they get a promotion, more power to them. They hit the lottery, more power to them. But it's almost like the fact that you're living your life and you're not concerned about them, that it makes them mad, that you're not paying attention to their nonsense. So they try to pull you in. But like Ludacris said, nobody's thinking about you. And your beef is not legit. And that is a lot of the fights that we fight in life. It is people having a beef with you that's not even legitimate. It has no real rhyme or reason at all to even be taking place. But you end up feeling the stress of it. You end up feeling the blunt of it. Because now you go to the job, you're fighting. Then when you go home, you're trying to get a little bit of peace of mind. You might get a little bit of somebody cutting you off, so you're trying to fight through traffic. You're trying to fight to get home. And it just seems like it's always something. And when you get to the point to where it's always something going on in your life, to where you're constantly on defense, that's going to build up to the point to where every day I'm expecting a fight when I get the job. Every day when I come home, I'm expecting a fight. It's something she gonna be tripping about, something he gonna be tripping about. You may have to fight with the kids. The kids may not be paying attention. You trying to get the kid to understand the importance of finishing school and being productive, staying off the streets. You know, don't be trying to get into relationships too soon. You know, get yourself together, keep your mind right, stay focused, make a goal for yourself. And when you're trying to fight to get a child to understand that, you know, at a young age, they don't always grasp it. Because to them, the world is all centered around high school. They don't understand the full blown craziness that comes with adulthood, the responsibilities, the things that are thrown on you that you didn't even ask for, but they thrown on you. You got to deal with it. But the thing about it is, when you're engaged in life and you're having to deal with all of these battles, it's draining. You're gonna find yourself feeling exhausted. You're gonna find yourself feeling tired. You're gonna find yourself getting annoyed and aggravated real quickly. You're gonna find yourself that you just want to be isolated. I don't want to be around people. I need a break. I don't need to hear no voices. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be with anybody. Just leave me alone. You become very short-tempered. Anxiety starts to set in. And when, like I said, when you get into that mode, you're going to become a person that you're going to be on defense mode. That means you're going to be in a position to where wherever you go, if you just hear the certain name of a person, or if you just walk into a certain place, or if you just happen to be in anything that's going to trigger that defense mechanism in you, it's going to happen. You're just going to pop off. Because there are things in our lives that would trigger a defense mechanism. It's going to put you in fight mode. And like I said, it could be the simple fact that that person walked in the room. It could be the simple fact that, you're in a place to where you feel like you got to fight every time you go there. Some people, when they go home, and I think for men, one of the biggest things that cause men to stray is when they're going home and, they're fine in the car. But soon as they pull into that driveway, boom, the trigger's pulled. All of a sudden, now when I say trigger, I'm not talking about a gun. I'm talking about a response. It's something that just clicks inside you that says, okay, I'm getting ready to go into the house where I live to be with the person that I'm married with. But now I got to be on the defense mode. I got to fight. Okay? I was tired. I didn't feel like no drama. I had a long day. I took 10 minutes. I turned my cell phone off and I just parked at the park. Now I got to go in here and fight about why I'm 10 minutes and why I didn't call and tell her that I stopped for 10 minutes just to clear my head because I had a horrible day. These are the little things that we have to fight about in life that makes us tired and exhausted, that creates health problems, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. It may cause a person to just want to sleep all day or cause a person to be, not want to exercise. It may cause a person to feel like, the alcohol, they might turn to alcohol or other stimulants to try to sort of deaden the emotions inside of them. But what it really does, it just gives you a sort of a drawback. It's just like a temporary, fake fix. And honestly, a lot of times when people drink, it actually brings out more of the problem. So I kind of don't understand that. But people do different things to kind of counteract the things that's going on in their lives, especially when they feel like they're in fight mode. Because the thing to them is like, I'm tired of fighting. When is somebody going to step in my corner? When is somebody going to have my back? Why am I always in the ring fighting everywhere I go? And we're going to talk about that some more. So y'all stay right here. We're going to break this down a little bit deeper right here on the Simply Straight Talk Show.
We'll be right back, so keep it locked here with your favorite radio talk show.
Hey, are you looking for some great music, upbeat and with a positive voice? Well, the song I Stand With You is exactly what you need. This timeless song has a pop version sung by Audrey Carmel. And a reggae version sung by General Steele, now known as Revelation.
Now I know some days you may feel blue, Lord. Trust in your greatness to see you through.
These songs are now available on iTunes and other digital platforms for download. Don't miss out. Get your copy today.
Give life your best, and I know.
Free your mind, free your voice right here on Simply Straight Talk.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the second half of the Simply Straight Talk Show. This is your host Reggie Maddox, and today, if you missed the first part, man, you need to catch it. But I'm going to tell you right now, today we're talking about I'm tired of fighting, man. We're talking about people that, listen, if you can relate to what I'm talking about, let me hear you. Because you get tired of fighting stupid things, okay? You get tired of fighting about stupid stuff. That's what we're talking about today. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about you're tired of fighting on the job, the no nonsense, the gossip, the rumors, the backstabbers. You're tired of fighting, about senseless stuff in your relationships. You're tired of fighting with family, people who just keep up mess, or, people who just jealous of you and don't even, they think you got a better life than you. So they talking about you or bad mouthing you or label you as arrogant or being stuck up or bougie. When the truth is, you probably just done outgrown them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're talking about the things that people deal with in life that they have to fight with daily. Each day we encounter fights, and it's not always physical fights. A lot of times it's mental fights. It's the things you got to do to protect your character, to protect your name. It's when people start talking about you. It's when people start plotting against you or setting traps and snares. They intentionally trying to make you look bad. They know you like somebody, so they trying to sabotage it. So it's all these little fights that you have to fight throughout life that end up distracting you from your main goals, your main objectives, from the things that you want to do. Some people are just tired of that. And that's what we're talking about today. When you're expending energy, you're spending your resources, having to fight these little counter fights that don't really have an impact, that's not going to move you forward. It's all because you got some haterism going and coming at you from the sideline, from people who barely know you, jealous of you, envy of you, or for whatever reason. So we're talking about we're going to talk about how do you deal with that type stuff. Now, some people say, listen, I try to avoid it. Yes, and I think we all do in some way. We try to avoid it. We try to blow it off. But like I said in the first half of the show, some of those people will actually get offended that you don't take debate on the things that they want to come at you with. Because you already know it's stupid. It makes no sense. You don't like me. You don't know me. Whatever. We ain't got to talk. We can just work together. You're a neighbor. You don't like me. That's fine. You stay in your house. I stay in mine. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So it just happens. But some of those people will pursue you till you have no choice. Because consider yourself like a little country and you just minding your own little business. You're trying to make your country grow technology wise. You want to be a prosperous country because it's the country of you. Whatever your name is, you are a country and you're trying to protect your little country. But the problem starts when other people, who have their own little country, decide that they want to start taking from your country or they want to start bad-mouthing your country. So now it's starting to affect your income. It's starting to affect your job. It's starting to affect your relationships. It's starting to affect your children, your friends. So now you got to turn, get ready to go to war and get in fight mode. Sometimes you do have to do that. And it's just a part of life. So when you hear somebody say, I'm tired of fighting, I'm tired of fighting, I'm tired of fighting, it's probably because this person is dealing with numerous battles constantly. And I've been there. I've been in situations like that. I worked at a job, man, to where I came to work with when I went to the job, my mentality was, listen, let me just do what I got to do these little 10 hours, go home. That's it. Tell me what I need to do. I'm going to do it and I'm going home. But you always got that person that's trying to come at you. And it's for whatever reason. They don't like your skin color. They don't like the fact that you got the job. They don't like the fact that you got the position. Maybe you got the shift they wanted. Maybe you working with somebody they wanted to work with. Maybe the manager or whoever likes your ideas better. Or maybe the manager doesn't like you for some reason. And it's always unclear as to why they don't like you. And they can't explain why they don't like you. So they find the pettiest of details to sort of aggravate you and come at you. So the thing about it is, you have to understand. First, get this straight. You are important. So you got to understand that you got to prioritize these battles. And the ones you can avoid, just avoid them. If you can avoid them and just let them die down, then fine. That's the best way to do it. If you do have to engage, and I'm not talking, this is not always physical. It's normally about you just, hearing what's going on and knowing how to counteract it. Like somebody on the job, if they're bad mouthing you and talking about you to people, it don't matter what the other coworkers think. Because honestly, it's what the management and HR thinks. So truth be told, you just got to make sure you document well. Whatever they're saying you're doing, you need to make sure that you can disprove it. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to go toe to toe, go in the bathroom, lock hands and all that type stuff. 9 times out of 10, they'll probably run if you did, because that's not what they're trying to do. That's not what they're really about. But when you fight these battles, you got to consider your health as well. Because like I said, man, you'll be surprised how many people go to work and before they even get to the job, they got a headache, their stress level is up, their anxiety is up. Before they even check their email, they already expecting something bad to happen. When they walk in the door, they see a certain person, their attitude changes, the temperature in the body goes up because they already expecting the negative. They already expecting the bad. It's like fight mode right now. And that's the position that some people want you in. They want you to have that attitude. Because once you show that, then they're saying, I got them. They feel like they got control over you. So you're going to have fights in life. And I'm not saying that life is going to be easy. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to coast your way through life. No. What I'm saying is that you're going to have these battles. You're going to have people not liking you, people talking about you, people coming at you. And you're going to be asking yourself sometime, man, why in the world am I having to always fight so hard for everything? Why? Why does it seem like everything I want to do in life is a battle? Why do I got to fight everybody to do one simple thing? One step means I got to go 12 rounds with somebody just to go one step. Then after that, I got to fight another 12 rounds, then another 12 rounds. And sometimes you feel like you just in a Royal Rumble. Like soon as you in the middle of one fight, a bell gonna ring and somebody else walking down. And it's like everybody wants to fight you. That's just the way it comes out sometimes in life. And it's tough. But the thing about it is you have to find a way to balance your life and prioritize everything. And honestly, I truly believe this, man. Now, this is what I do. You got to learn to limit the people in your life, especially those who are close to you, who's in your inner circle. And you really have to learn that some battles you fight, and you really, like, as far as the job, just make sure you document well. Make sure you can support anything you do, the counter thing, anything somebody say. In the communities and neighborhoods and all that type stuff, it's really not much you're going to do. And you just have to accept the fact that everybody is not going to like you. People going to talk about you. If what they're saying about you is not affecting your job, it's not affecting your children or your relationship, let them talk. They'll get bored after a while. Let them talk. Just let them talk. I mean, as long as they ain't coming on your house and coming in your property, who cares? Somebody flips you off while you driving down the street, who cares? You in a car, they walking. Their car might break down 2 miles down the road. Don't allow yourself to become so unraveled and so caught up in the negative emotions of other people that it causes you to have high blood pressure, that it causes you to be stressed, that it causes you to go home and now you got an attitude with your husband. You know what I'm saying? Or you got an attitude with your wife. You don't bring that home to your kids, your husband or your wife. You got to learn to separate that stuff. Because when you're in that constant fight mode, you're going to start fighting everything around you because you're expecting that fight. So you got to learn to take a step back, kind of unwind, cool down, and you got to learn to prioritize your battles. Which ones are going to be effective? Which ones do I need to fight? But the main thing is, don't let the little minor nonsense fights keep you from your ultimate goal of what you're trying to do in life. If you're trying to start your own battle, if you're trying to start your own company, why are you fighting with this person over here who I'm saying is like just mad at you for no reason? Why are you pursuing that person to try to understand why they're mad at you? Your ultimate goal is to write a book. Your ultimate goal is to make a hit album. Your ultimate goal is to start a business. Go back to school and get your education. Have a community center. Be active in your community. Maybe you want to be a counselor. You got to understand that you got to choose your battles wisely. And don't let it distract you from the big picture of your life. Because ultimately, that's what they want to do. When you're doing something good, you'll be surprised how many people want to do something to distract you from that. They can't stop you. Only you can stop you from achieving what you want to achieve in life. But they can darn sure distract you enough to where you keep pushing it back to where you don't do it. Because you become so focused like they are on getting them and retaliating against them that all of a sudden you done blown the opportunities in front of you, man. Come on now. Come on. We're going to fight the real fight, the fight that's going to elevate us, get us in a better position in life where we can leave a legacy behind for our future generation, your kids, whoever it is you want to leave it for, or even if you want to do something for your community or your neighborhood, or just to better yourself professionally and personally. That's the fight you need to be fighting to obtain and achieve that goal. Not the little knuckleheads over there or the chicken heads talking crap in the corner who ain't doing nothing and gonna be in the same place while you living the life. Hey, we'll be right back. This is your host, Reggie, man, on the Simply Straight Talk Show.
You're listening to the Simply Straight Talk Show, bringing you the best conversation on your morning, afternoon, and primetime drive. Hello, Simply Straight Talk family. If you are enjoying this episode, at the end of the show, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. And why not share this with a friend? Also, visit our blog at newlifenewmind.com, where you can find additional articles on more great topics. Stay tuned. The show will continue right after this message.
We're back with the conversation starter and the voice that works harder. Your host, Reggie.
All right, everybody. Once again, thank you for all the love and support. And please, please, please remember, we are giving away tickets to HBCU football games. The football season is on its way and about to be on and popping. So whatever state you live in, okay, if there's an HBCU game next to you playing in your area, make sure you subscribe to the show. That's all you got to do on iTunes, or maybe you want to subscribe on our website, or just actually rmviagem.com. Just subscribe to the show, man. Anyway, subscribe to the show. The links will be in the show notes. And when you do, you automatically enter. And guess what? You and 3 of your friends will get tickets on me to an HBCU football game. All right? We want to make sure we support our HBCUs, guys, so let's stick with that. But hey, before we wrap up today's show, I just want to tell you, listen, I know a lot of people out there, man, are really trying to figure out where they're going in life. They're trying to figure out their purpose, what they're trying to do, and they got things that they want to get to in life, goals they want to achieve. But it just feels like there's so many obstacles in front of you, like you're constantly having to fight so many battles. Take time to let your mind deactivate. Take time to let your mind unwind, especially on the weekend, man. I think it's very important that you use your vacation time, use your sick leave. And I'm telling you from somebody from experience, I worked at a job, man, for 13 years. The entire time I was there, I may have taken 8 days off max. 8 days. I didn't use any of my vacation. I was so dedicated to the job because I cared about the kids at the school that I worked at. All right. But the thing about it is, it wasn't healthy for me. Although I was looking out for them, I wasn't looking out for myself. So when you start feeling that you're getting into all these battles and all these fights, prioritize it, man. Figure out what battles are really relevant. And the stuff that's irrelevant, just let it pass, man. Don't pay any attention to it until it actually starts affecting your home. It starts affecting your money. Then you want to turn your channel towards that. But don't waste energy and resources on people that are just out there trying to get attention from you. You know what I'm saying? Keep focused. Remember that you got a bigger plan. You got a bigger objective. You don't have time for all of the gossip and the rumors and the little jealousy, petty acts that some people are going to throw at you in life. Focus on what you're trying to do. If you have to clean your circle out, man, keep your circle small, keep your vision focused, and don't lose track. Don't let the minor distractions keep you from reaching where you want to be in life, from the opportunity that's before you. Don't blow it by being known as somebody who just likes to retaliate and pick fights because somebody else picks fights. Sometimes you got to be the bigger person. Sometimes you do have to stand up for yourself. But just know when standing up for yourself is beneficial and when is a waste of energy. And that's how I see it. Hey, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. And once again, I appreciate the love and support, man. We are growing, and that's because of you. And I thank you so much. So I definitely want to send a shout out to Australia. All right. I'm really appreciating the love out there in Australia. China, still getting a lot of attention in China, man. I'm really shocked, but I appreciate it. And I'm going to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much. London, Saudi Arabia. So I appreciate that, man. We're going to keep growing. Even in the United States, man, we got some more states within the United States that's picking up. So I'm going to keep it going, man, and keep it bringing it to you. But thank you for listening. And I'm Reggie Maddox, and I will see you next week right here, baby, on the Simply Straight Talk Show.
That's this week's episode. Thank you for listening and being a part of the Simply Straight Talk podcast. We truly appreciate your support. Be sure to visit us at simplystraighttalk.com to join the conversation, access show notes, and discover our fantastic bonus content on Patreon. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to join us next week for another episode.